So I'm with Lorenzo Marconi, who is General Chair of ERF 2024. So Lorenzo, here we are almost at the end of another, what seems to me to be a highly successful ERF, but a very distinctive ERF here in Rimini. What are your feelings as we approach the close for the event?
Much more relaxed than a few days ago. And this is the first actually feeling that I have. Very, very happy because, we spent a lot of time, a lot of energy, good energy to organize everything. And at the end, I believe that actually all what we had in mind was implemented, and the feedback we received by the participants were extremely positive. And the weather was great, and actually was one element that indeed contributed to the success of the 3 days. So happy, a little bit sad that this experience is going to end, like all this story, but definitely happy, super happy that everything worked as we expected.
Okay, yes, well, I think you have every right to be happy, really. ERF is always busy, but I don't think I've ever seen it as busy as it has been here in Rimini this week. I mean, what are the numbers? How many people have been through?
So we received, actually, by yesterday, there was more than 1,200 registered participants. And today we had about 400 students coming from the schools, high schools from the region, and the number of papers was about 200. And actually, all those papers will flow in a proceedings that we will publish with the Springer editor quite soon. And we are more than 80 workshops organized in ERF. And so numbers that probably confirm the positive trend in terms of participation that we already saw in the last edition of ERF. And the other things that I believe was extremely interesting was the setting that we organized here at ERF in terms of locations, in terms of rooms, in terms of social activities.
Okay, so and on that point that you've just mentioned, clearly having strong content, the workshops, the plenary presentations, now they are the bread and butter, as we would say, of any conference. But there are the other details, the other aspects to the whole experience. People say, well, I can remember some things that I heard in presentations, but I will never forget how Rimini made me feel. I mean, what do you think has contributed to the feeling for participants here in Rimini at ERF this year?
Well, first, I believe that the program of ERF was one of the elements. So we made our best to preserve the spirit, the original format of ERF, the European Robotics Forum, which I believe is absolutely one peculiar and distinct part if you compare this event with other conferences on robotics around the world. So absolutely, we were really engaged in trying to confirm the format. So the kind of interaction, industry, academia, institutions, and users. And this year we introduced also some novelty in the program, trying to emphasize also the scientific part. And I really believe that was well appreciated by the participants, and probably was also one of the reasons why the average age of the participant at ERF extremely decreased if you compare it with the other editions. So you can really feel young, new generation at ERF, and this is because there was many activities specifically conceived to engage new generations. The other part that probably is part of the success is that the structure, the logistic. We are in this conference site that is probably one of the best we have in Italy. So nice spaces, very elegant spaces, comfortable, good logistic, and this is an important part. And last but not least, we have in a nice city, probably not well known around the world, except for beach and for the summer season, but actually is a city that could have a lot of power all over the year. And I really hope that participants of this ERF had the occasion to feel the hospitality of the city, of the region, and also the beauty of the city.
Yes, good. Yes, absolutely. There's a lot more to Rimini than most people would have imagined, first of all. So, Lorenzo, you have lived, breathed and slept ERF 2024 since ERF 2023. Now that you're almost at the end of what has been a very successful delivery of this year's ERF, so what are you looking forward to doing once you get back to home? I think you live quite close to here, don't you?
Indeed. Okay. I live in Rimini. I commute every day with Bologna because I'm a professor at the University of Bologna, but I live here, a few 100 meters from here. So definitely I will sleep, because actually you know that the last days were a little bit stressful, and so I need to recover a little bit. And I really look forward to support also the next organizers of ERF in Stuttgart, because I believe that we received a lot of help from our home by the previous organizer, Densa. And so it's part of the success, this continuity that you have across all the edition of ERF, supporting each other. So definitely I also look forward to support Werner for the next organization. And you know that now we have all the activities at the university level that will continue with teaching, with the research, with the institutional commitment that we have.
Yes. Okay. I have a final question, and you've mentioned Werner Kraus for Stuttgart ERF 2025. Any lessons or tips or advice that you would pass on to him and the Stuttgart team based on your experience here in Rimini?
So to me, engage new generations should be the message. Preserve the spirit, as we said before, of ERF. So industry, academia, end users, but try to invent initiatives like the challenges that we have here in order to engage new generations, because at the end of the day they are the future, and they have the big responsibility of promoting robotics in the future. That is the main suggestion that I would give to Werner.
Lorenzo Marconi, congratulations for ERF Rimini 2024, and enjoy your sleep when you get a chance.